I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, and I was wrong about MGTOW. Anyways, as a whole, while I still stand by what I said about the articles, I didn't really look into MGTOW enough to make an actual logical video about it. And I come across as an ass, and I didn't, see the bigger picture. And a gentleman in my Discord, Henry, me and him go back and forth all the time. We talk, about all kinds of different things. And he had said, "Hey, look, man, you didn't get the bigger picture. Here are some people who I watch and that I like to listen to." And he says, "Well, I don't agree with everything that they say all the time. This will give you a better understanding." And I said, "You know what? Yeah, let's see." And that's what I did. I looked and I now understand the bigger picture. And I'm not going to delete the video. I'm actually going to link it below if you guys want to see why or what I'm talking about in my previous video. But this video, I'm going to showcase Sydney MGTOW, who is talking about divorce and why men basically shouldn't get married and how that type of stuff kind of favors women. And that is what MGTOW is about, the unfair treatment of men in the eyes of the law, and men no longer wanting to be fucked over by a system that hates them, basically. So MGTOW is actually about men going their own way, and I let a few nut bars define the whole thing, and that's what I made my video on. I had a very emotional response to one of the articles I read, and then I just blatantly slammed MGTOW without actually doing any more research beyond the website or even those articles. And that is where I was wrong, and I had a biased opinion. And while I still stand by that video in the sense of that man shouldn't have done what he did, but also women should not be lying to men and saying, "Hey, I'm on birth control," when they're actually not, because I consider that sexual abuse. So, if you're a woman and you're lying to men that saying you're on birth control when you're not, I believe you deserve jail time, and you should stop sexually abusing men, right? And that is that. Nobody should be sexually abusing anybody. And if you're doing something against somebody's consent, like having sex with them while saying you're on birth control when you're actually not, that's against their consent because they thought you were protected. And vice versa, splitting a condom when the girl explicitly asked you to use a condom. So with that being said, I want to show you this video from Sydney MGTOW, and I will play that for you guys here.
Life story. Her former fiance, James Packer. In a new interview with The Guardian, when asked about the exclusion of the Australian billionaire from her many, billionaire, of course, from her many romantic recollections, hear that, guys? From her many romantic recollections. Many. Just want you to take that in for a second. So she's talking about all of these romantic recollections, but not the one from whom she fleeced roughly $25 million plus and didn't even sleep with him. He didn't matter. Stop simping if you're not getting what you want from a relationship. Walk, go.
So that is what MGTOW is about. MGTOW is about walking away and leaving women behind, basically, so you don't get fucked over, so you don't get robbed of $2.1 million plus whatever else she took with her, right? That is what MGTOW is about, and I didn't see the bigger picture there, and I totally understand. Like, these gentlemen go through some very tough hardships, especially alone, right? And it's hard, right? So they become bitter or hateful. And while that's not a justification for harassing women or bullying them or attacking them, whether that's in person or not, um, it's the reason behind it, right? So it's not justified. You shouldn't harass people, man or woman. Don't harass people. Stop being an asshole, right? Life is hard. Try and reach out and get help, but this is a perfectly viable option, and I jumped the gun. So I want to say I fucked up. I won't let my emotions get the better of me again. I try to be as unbiased as possible in my videos, and sometimes the emotions do get the better of me, and that won't happen again. So with that being said, MGTOW is not all bad, and I let some lunatics, you know, taint my views right off the bat when I shouldn't have. And I'm gonna link Sydney's channel below, and yeah, if you want to take a look, you can check him out as well. But I want to say thank you to the people who commented and were like, "Hey man, I think you're wrong. Check this out." I respect the shit out of you guys because you weren't calling me like a big dumbass or something like that, right? You weren't calling me a piece of shit. You're just like, "Hey man, I think you're wrong. Check this out." I appreciate that. I also appreciate when you guys watch these videos all the way to the end. And yeah, leave a like if you like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike it, but at least tell me why. And hope to see you in the Discord.